Alright, what is up everyone? I want to do a quick bit of technical analysis on Bidao. I kind of want to explain a few of my thoughts with what I see happening with Bidao, what we can expect to see in the future, and kind of what I see Bidao playing out here in the long term. Just kind of share my thoughts with Bidao, do some technical analysis. So before I delve into all this, guys, I'd really want to ask if you could please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new uploads. And yeah, guys, let's delve into this. So I wanted to share a few interesting things that I see happening with Bidao. So where to start here? I think I'm going to start with the macro picture here. So um, Bidao has been in a massive downtrend ever since we peaked at above 4 cents there, 4.5 cents. And one interesting thing that I'm beginning to note with the price action of Bidao is I see we're beginning to form kind of like a rounded bottom. We're beginning to round out a bit, which is a good sign to see. As we can see here, we're in a constant decline, constant decline, constant decline, and we're beginning to see sideways moving action. We're beginning to see, a rounding out of the price action. And this is very good to see because whenever we get a rounding out of the price action here, this could indicate, in the long term, a potential reversal. Now, this is not at all guaranteed, guys. This could definitely break down. It could break up. It could do a lot of stuff. Just because we see a little bit of rounding out does not mean that that's going to continue. But regardless, it is still a good sign to see a little bit of rounding out with the price action. That's giving me, that's giving me some hope that this rounding out structure could continue, and perhaps we could see some uptrending in the near future as well. Bidao is in a descending triangle on a few different levels here. We have a really macro descending triangle here, but more importantly, we're in a descending triangle here in this in the near term. We could argue we were in a wedge that we broke down from, but I think the more telling thing here is this descending triangle. This thick green line here is the 1 penny value, so that's the ICO price, and as long as we could stay above that, I'll be happy. So I think we're going to continue to move sideways within this descending triangle, perhaps either this one or this one for at least a couple more days, and we're likely to reach an apex in the next couple days here. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens with Bidao. I made this. I want to make a video here because I believe we're going to be reaching an apex. For those of you who don't know, an apex is significant because once we do reach an apex, we're likely to have a breakout, significantly so, either to the downside or the upside. So hopefully, if this rounding out structure, this bottomed out rounding structure continues, hopefully that would lead to a breakout to the upside. Perhaps if we have good news, an exchange listing, launch of a mainnet, a new partnership, hopefully that could perhaps help. But I actually also want to touch on another aspect as well. So all this technical analysis I believe can be helpful, but one thing to consider that I think is even more important than the technical analysis is the overall altcoin cycles, guys. I believe overall altcoin cycles are far more important to consider when trying to think about what's going to happen with like these small DeFi, low market cap, altcoins than the technical analysis. So I believe once the rest of the altcoin market begins a new bull run, the DeFi altcoins start a new bull run, Bidao will just be taken along with that, guys. I think when Bitcoin reaches 20K, it has a pullback that'll allow altcoins like Ethereum, Chainlink, and others to start to pump. Eventually, I think that's going to allow the DeFi space and these DeFi altcoins, low caps to pump as well. So, guys, in my opinion, we're just little fishies swimming in a large ocean controlled by whales and market cycles. My plan, I'm not telling you guys what to do, is just to hold for the long term. I think that if Bidao can just manage to stick around, launch their mainnet, and just work, I think in the long run, Bidao has a good chance of being very successful. Another thing as well is we're looking at the hourly chart. This green line here is our 100 EMA, exponential moving average. So, that's pretty significant, guys. Like, we can see how clearly it's playing off our 100 EMA. As we can see here, when we were definitively under, we rode up quite a bit. As soon as we crossed down, that was the beginning of our downtrend that's lasted ever since the beginning of October. We can very clearly see how significant the 100 EMA is here on the hourly. So once we could definitively hold under the once the price action can definitively hold above the 100 EMA on the hourly for a significant period of time, because we can see here it keeps poking above, and the price keeps dropping below. But once we see an extended period of time, a day or two, a few days perhaps, where we hold above our 100 EMA, that's going to be a very, very, very bullish sign, especially if it's near our apex. If near our apex we start to pump, this is not a guarantee, guys. I'm just hashing out possibilities here. And we're above our 100 EMA, we could potentially see continuation of that. And then once we break out of this resistance here, I think our next major resistance, at least our next major slanted resistance, will be this red line here. We're going to have resistance at the 1.7. Guys, there's going to be resistance all the way up. But, these are some of the major resistances that I'm considering for the moment. We want to see our 100 EMA flip as support for at least maybe 2 or 3 days, I'd say, for it to call this really bullish. And then I'd also want to see continuation of this rounding out structure here as well. Also, another signal, another sign that Bidao could break out bullishly is if we see increasing volume. As soon as we see the buying volume start to increase, especially if you see that near an apex, that's going to be very telling. Like if we move sideways for a few more days, and then here we see increasing buy volume, that might be a good sign. But this could also definitely break down, guys. If we near an apex and we see increasing sell volume, that could be a sign that we're going to break down. This may not be the rounding structure that we want to see. It may take longer. So another thing worth considering is the Wall Street cheat sheet. I was turned on to this cheat sheet by Donovan Jolly from DIY Investing, and I think it's very significant. Where we see here, what basically this is telling us is that markets typically like to follow cycles like this, where we have run-ups, pullbacks, and then we have complacency, where people think we're getting ready for another high. The high doesn't come, and then we have a crash, consolidation, and we enter a new cycle. And in my opinion, Bidao is starting to look something like this. Now, I thought that we were gonna do something like I thought we were gonna do something like this. Hold on here. Sorry, guys. Earlier within the price structure, but now I'm thinking that it's probably gonna take quite some more time before we really start to see things continue to round out and start to make higher highs. And then eventually we're going to enter a new cycle, a new market cycle, where we're going to see higher highs here. Yeah, so another interesting, important thing to consider here too is if we look at Bidao's price action historically, we're constantly making lower highs. Like from the top of this triangle, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Over here, this pretty much was the same height as this peak here, and then lower high. So once we see a higher high in price action, guys, that is going to be the thing that really flips this train around, because we're constantly seeing lower highs. So the moment we get a higher high, the moment we get a breakout that makes a higher high above a previous significant high, that's going to really signal to the market a change. I believe, I could be wrong, guys, but I think that would signal a change in sentiment for sure, because as we can see here throughout like the last month, we're seeing nothing but lower highs. So the moment we get a higher high above a significant high, I think it's going to be really telling for signaling a change in momentum with Bidao here. So I think that's most of my thoughts with Bidao here for the moment. Now I teased you guys with GSX here earlier. So guys, before I wrap up this video, I want to just briefly talk about GSX by Apollo Fintech, this new cryptocurrency in which I participated in their token sale recently. Just to run through some of the selling points I see with this, some of the good things I see about GSX, the reason why I thought it was interesting, the reason why I invested in it is, so guys, GSX by Apollo Fintech is basically, the gist of it is, Apollo Fintech runs these gold mines. Half of the gold mines, half of the profits from these gold mines will go to actually backing the cryptocurrency itself. So hey, that's an interesting idea. They're currently offering a 60% sign-up bonus. They're working on a Binance listing. They offer yearly dividends, at least they claim they will. So those are some of the interesting selling points I see with this. Crypto Nate, shout out to Crypto Nate, brought up an interesting point on one of my last videos, which was how do you make returns on this? And hey, that's a very good question. So because this is technically being sold as a stable coin. So GSX is a stable coin. Now, they like to refer to it as a stable growth coin. So the reason why I think I can make profits on this is because it's not like a stable coin like US dollar tethers that's directly tied to the US dollar and doesn't really fluctuate. But the reason why I think I'll be able to make returns on this is because it's continually being backed by more and more gold assets. So as we can see here, they claim that in 3 years' time, GSX will be backed by enough assets to have a valuation of $1 per coin, and they're currently selling it for 10 cents a coin. So in my opinion, I think the trading price is likely to react based off the amount of gold and assets backing it. So I think I'll be able to make returns that way. And they also pay dividends as well. So that's how I think I'll be able to make returns on it. And they're also offering a token burn. They're offering 10 billion tokens or coins for sale. Half of those that aren't sold will be burned. So those are some of the kind of the interesting things about it. Just to mention what I see as the biggest negative with GSX, because I think it's important to be nuanced and objective, is so Apollo FinTech is running these gold mines. I don't know how well they're mining these, how well they're managing these gold mines. So I like to say I'm in cryptocurrency. I'm trying to be a cryptocurrency trader. I'm not in the gold mine management business. I have no idea how well Apollo FinTech is running these mines. So in investing in this, I'm placing some degree of trust and faith into Apollo FinTech to manage these mines well. Now I don't know that they could be running them well, but I don't know. I have no way of knowing. So that's a risk factor. That's what I see as the greatest risk factor with this. Now ultimately, this fell into my personal risk tolerances, so I decided to invest in it. Now, if you guys like this idea and you feel like you want to participate, I think there's like 3 or 4 days left to participate. Check out the description. The description. There's a sign up bonus. There's a link where if you click on it where it says 5% sign up bonus, if you click on that link and you sign up using that link, you'll get a 5% sign up bonus, and I get a kickback off that. I get a commission. So yeah, guys, please do your own research. Please practice proper risk management. Practice proper portfolio diversification, and understand the risk when investing in cryptocurrency, investing in anything. There's always risk. Please do your own research. But if you do your own research and you like this idea of gold-backed cryptocurrency and you want to participate, just check out that link. If you sign up using that link, you'll get a 5% sign-up bonus, and I'll get a commission based off that. And yeah, guys, hopefully this will do well. So we'll see. Take care, y'all.